All right, welcome to the channel. We got a channeled message for you here today. Let's get into it. Okay, so we got walking away from familial ties, or walking away from what your family wanted you to do. Tower. And realizing that the skills that you were developing because your family wanted you to do this thing, well, they're not actually useless. The skills that you've gained from doing what your parents wanted you to do will apply directly to your purpose going into your life. And in fact, you probably needed those exact skills to do what you are meant to do in this world, okay? To fulfill your destiny. In fact, those skills are a huge benefit to your destiny. It's just that whatever purpose that those skills were fulfilling, let's say, here's an example, okay? Your parents want you to they want you to go into business, okay? So you learn all about business. You learn all about marketing. You learn all about sales. You learn all about all this stuff about business. But you realize after you get out of school and like years down, you realize I don't actually want to do business. I don't care about it at all. I want to make music. I want to make art, whatever you want to do, right? And so you've built this life on these skills that because your parents wanted you to do this thing. But now you've woke up, the tower moment. Oh my gosh, I don't want to do what they wanted me to do. I want to do my own thing. And this could be what your parents wanted you to do. It could be what you thought that you wanted to do. It could be what your grandparents wanted you to do. Just outside influence and sort of what society was expecting from you, right? The tower has hit. You realize, I don't actually want to be a businessman. I don't want to do whatever this is. And you might be feeling down on yourself because you've invested so much time into these skills. Well, here, I am here to remind you that those skills are very beneficial. And in fact, Spirit gave you those skills for a reason, okay? Just like the business guy who went to business school and wants to make music, now he starts making music, and he needs to distribute the music. He needs to advertise himself as an artist. He needs to make his own page and do all this other stuff. Well, guess what? He learned all that stuff in those skills, okay? And it might not be as directly correlated as that, but there will be a translation effect, skill translation, okay? You're gonna be able to use those skills in a different and new way in your new... Now, you don't have to have your purpose all set up and ready to go. Okay, you don't really have to know exactly what you want to do when you walk away from this old purpose. In fact, there's not always, but oftentimes there's sort of a gap of blank space between the purpose that I once had and the purpose that I'm going to have, right? There's this sort of limbo period that you can be in, this liminal space, you could say, right? And in that space, it's very important not to fill it up with junk, okay? You don't fill it up with junk. Don't go starting a new video game or starting a new TV show that's endless and that, putting it into drugs, alcohol, all that BS. Don't put it into negative stuff, okay? Just let yourself sort of be free, okay? Don't put too much focus on any one thing right now. Don't try to make your purpose happen. Allow that purpose to sort of show itself to you because it's going to, okay? Trust that it's coming in. That's what they want from you, okay? Now is not the time to begin something new, okay? It's not the time to start projects. It's not the time to review and look at the details and what went right and what went wrong and how you could spin this up and make money here and regurgitate that and arrange your life in this way. It's not the time to do any of that. It's more of a time to just sit in this liminal space because this tower has fallen. Let's sit here and let's see what's going on, right? Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's get back to the base. Let's ground ourselves. Let's build that foundation on grounding. Seek first the kingdom of heaven. Okay, and that's why this Empress is coming out in reverse. It's not a good time to start anything. Okay, you want to have a good core. I was just talking about it the other day. You can't do steps 7 through 12 or 7 through 8 or 7 through 9 or whatever and skip steps 1 through 6 because the steps aren't going to work. You got to start with one. You got to start with the foundational step, then take step 2, then step 3, step 4, step 5, and then 7, right? Because if you start with 7, there's no foundation, tower's going to fall. You're going to have to go right back to the base. So let's get that base in gear. How do we do that? We sit in the liminal space and you allow spirit to show you your next purpose, okay? And I see purpose as a concentric circle, okay? Circles within circles. And we start our life on this outer layer of purpose, which is usually what our parents want us to do, or maybe our dad was a carpenter and we want to be a carpenter. There's that outer layer of purpose, just like Jesus, right? And so he fulfilled that layer of purpose, and you fulfill that carpentry. You realize you don't really want to be a carpenter anymore, and you get into the liminal space, and then all of a sudden you get an idea that you want to be a fisherman. And so now, you're a fisherman and you're doing that, but then all of a sudden one day you don't really want to do that anymore, and you get closer and closer into what you really are and what you really want to be, okay? And so the next purpose is on its way, and what you're sitting in is that liminal space between purposes, okay? To eventually get to your all-encompassing, ultimate, unrelenting purpose. Page of Wands. And so you're realizing how worthy you actually are. This is a big reminder that you are worthy, okay? You're extremely worthy. I'm even seeing that you're more worthy than you know. You actually have to remember and discover both ends of how worthy you are. Okay, remembering your past lives, remembering all of the wins that you've had in this one. Incredible. Like just the wins that you've had in this life. Wow, right? And then also discovering more. How do we discover who we are? We do things. We take action. We dive into these purposes until we don't want to do them anymore, and then we leave them, right? Because if you dive into a purpose, let's say you spend all these years in business school and you realize you want to become a musician, but you took business, but your heart says music, but your head says business. And so if you go with your head and you do business, it's, whatever. It's not going to go well, okay? Because it's not from here. Your treasure's here. So if you go do the music, all of a sudden, all those business skills get incorporated into the music, and you're spiraling up. You're going way, 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 way up, okay? And use music or business or whatever you want to use there, okay? I feel like frogs are significant. A frog's feet. Okay, I keep on looking over to the corner. And what I'm looking at, I was just looking at this image right here, because this is sitting on its side. But who's that guy? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? That's the froggy guy. That's the frog. So frogs might be significant today. Okay, Big Belly Buddha might be significant too. Also, I feel like you are beginning to realize, or not realize, but beginning to take care of yourself, and it's feeling good. And Spirit wants to tell you, good job. Keep it up. Continue to do that. Whatever you're doing to take care of yourself, continue, because it's working. Hold on, I gotta. Excuse me. Confirmation burp. Okay. Yeah, the service that you are doing for yourself is coming from a place of no longer needing to serve an outside relationship, whoever that might be. So you've recently taken back responsibility, full responsibility for yourself, but also not being responsible for other people and their emotional needs. You've taken that back, so that's beautiful. There's feelings of betrayal, heartbreak, wounding, pain that you're processing right now. Okay? And justice. So just know that all of this wounding, this pain, all of the negative feelings that you've experienced, to the level of negativity that you've experienced them, you will experience positive experiences on the other end of that. So this is your justice. You're going to feel like this is super fair. You're going to feel like the way that this situation works itself out is fair. And you're going to be really divinely supported in this. There's balance here, okay? Major balance. Justice, I feel like justice, you need this, you don't need it, but this justice coming in is going to give you that confidence to tell yourself, okay, I can serve myself, I'm worthy, I know what my purpose is, the chariot, I'm balanced. This justice, this news of justice is going to bring you into such balance. It's going to really uplift your soul, I feel. Okay, and just uplift that mofo. Consider third eye eating. Okay, so this is part of taking care of yourself. Continue eating well. What you eat matters. What you consume matters. It's not just food. Okay, the videos that you're watching, the endless doom scrolling. Got to get off your phone. Okay, if you are scrolling on your phone, at least like the stuff that's good, like the affirmations and the readings and the things that are good and positive, so that you know what I love about the algorithms, okay, of social media and all that? Algorithms are just like the law of attraction, but they're manifested into these. It's like the law of attraction made manifest. It's so incredible. Whatever you put notice on in your phone, you get more of in your phone, right? Whatever you put notice on in the real world, you get more of in the real world. It works the same way, and you can test it. Go on your phone, go to the explore page, whatever, and just like all the good stuff, like all the gold and the silver and the milk and the honey, like all that stuff, and you get more of that stuff. So you can be scrolling on milk and honey, okay? Get out of those distortions. Consume less distortions. Consume more harmony. Consume more peace and love. That's gonna help you. Okay, Queen of Swords in reverse. There is just people that are sort of jealous, okay, of your journey. They're sort of jealous of your journey. They sort of don't want you to. There's people who are trying to get in between you and your ultimate lover, your ultimate harmony, your ultimate expression. Why? Why do they want to get in the way? Birth or conception of a child or enterprise. There are energies around you who are wanting to nip you in the bud. You just you're coming out of the dirt. You're a tree, you're a big, bold, grounded tree, but you're just coming out of the dirt, which means it's easy to take that and rip it out of the ground and unroot it and whatever, right? And so you have people who are trying to get in the way. They see that you've born this new thing, and they want to take you away from your success. And so Pale, time to get out of a situation. What situation are you going to get out of? I see a Queen of Swords. I see a woman's energy, okay? Family sorrow. This is like a mother, a grandmother. But yeah, this is a mother, a grandmother energy. This is a sister's energy. This is a feminine man's energy, okay? And then wind chimes, peace and harmony. Here you are. You've birthed this new enterprise, this child, right? Well, this is coming, okay? Because remember, you're still in this tower moment. You're in this liminal space, so you're not birthing it yourself. The universe is helping you birth it, and it's coming to you. But as it is birthed, the people around you, they can see what's happening already because you're in it. You don't really have that clear, objective view of what's going on. People around you can see it happening. And so they're trying to get in the way of what it is because they see what's going on, okay? You are going to get out of that situation. It's time to get out of that. It's time to leave, get in, and then wind chimes, peace and harmony will come from that. Can I get more clarity about that, please? Yeah, it's walking through a portal, 4 of Wands in reverse. So private recognition, recognizing yourself, okay? Maybe walking away from the family so that you could create your own family. Walking away from your mother and father so that you could become the mother and father, so that you can go out and discover more cultures, discover more people that you can, have relationships with. How do they live? What did their parents teach them? What do they think? What's their philosophy? How do they act? What is their attitudes? What does the love look like here? And you're discovering all of that in peace and harmony because you're walking away. The Spirit wants you to walk away from this family sorrow. That's not even yours. Exactly. Like, here's the thing. The family was led wrong. There was poor leadership in the family. There wasn't a leader. There was nobody who was like, hey, let's do this. And yeah, like there was that, but just, I feel like I'm getting a mix here. Yeah. Poor leadership ability, could be like Capricornic energy, devil in reverse. You're walking away. You're finding your tribe, okay? Where's this guy going? Yeah, you're walking away and you're finding your tribe. You're going to your friends your soul family. You're finding that soul family and you're walking away from maybe it could be a physical family member or family members, okay? That just were built on the poor foundations. And so if you are to restore your family, which I know is in your heart, you might want to restore your family, okay? You probably do. You're very big-hearted. If you want to do that, it might take a long time. This is Spirit's message to you. It's going to take a long time, okay? Which means you will have to invest in it, but you can only do it by walking away and starting your own foundation of the self. In that foundation of the self and building your own structure in this world, that is the only way you can bring everybody together if you want to, okay? But you have to walk away. Yeah, the sun in reverse, the world in reverse. This is the obstacle. This is your journey. This is the awakening. This is you walking away from the family to discover the self through the world. Okay? High Priestess upright. In complete embodiment and awakening, the world in reverse, going through these trials, going through this liminal space so that you can embody the High Priestess, who you truly are. You got a lot of work to do, but you're ready for it and you're inspired to do it. And I'm seeing you unlocking this drive within you that was almost stripped away from you from these connections to this poorly led unit of family that you were connected to and now are walking away from, okay, in your own way, becoming an individual in the world, becoming your own leader of your own family, okay? And yes, it will go well. Yes, you will be safe. Yes, you are protected. Yes, you're going to do it, and it's going to work, okay? The grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness, time to embrace how wonderful you are. You're walking away from everything, everybody's opinion. Good job. Good job. I'm just getting emotional now. I feel good. I feel like you feel good. I feel like you've got this. You're so good. You've done so well to get to where you are right now. You've been through the muck. You've been through the river of mud. And you've bared it. And here you are. Here you are. Jupiter is important. Taking care of your body. Okay, we got that third eye eating earlier. A spark of inspiration. Your body, the microbiome in your gut is so important right now. It is incredibly important, okay? And so you might be tempted to put stuff in there that's not going to make you feel good, okay? Please just resist that right now. It's just so important. They want you to know, like, it's gonna work. It's gonna strike the iron while it's hot. You're inspired right now to do it. So make it happen. Get rid of all that junk food in your pantry, but also in your phone and on the TV. And get rid of those books that don't serve you, and those newspapers that don't work for you, and that just advertise back. Get rid of all the stuff that's negative. Stop consuming it, and you'll just naturally start wanting to consume more good stuff because there won't be an option for negative stuff, right? Like if you want something sweet, go have a piece of fruit, versus like a ho-ho or a donut. Now, I'm not saying donuts are bad. I'm not saying donuts are bad or anything. If you think donuts are good for you, they are. But just, because of the way that you're awakening, your body would love it if you just eat clean, okay? Light code activations and hold the line. This is going to take some time, okay? This is going to take a little bit of time to integrate, but that's okay. You've got it, all right? You've got it. Let me get you an animal before I go. I'm telling you. I'm freaking telling you. The frog. The freaking frog. The froggy. All right, let me read the frog. All right, there it is. Clearing, cleansing, and healing. What did we just talk about? The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first month of life entirely within the healing element, and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care. That's how you eat, what you consume, all that stuff. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Take a dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. Lake, river, ocean, or bathhouse. I'm going to the bath today. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to the sauna, and I'm going to sit in the hot tub if I can. That's what I'm going to do. Or maybe I'll go to the lake too. We'll see. We will see. But I'm definitely going to go get in some water today. You should too. You should too. All right. Namaste. Bye-bye, guys. Oh, private readings, mentorship, other inquiries, email me. Bye-bye, guys.